Okay, so we are here at the Eccles. We're in the parking garage, and we're about to jump in the elevator. We're going to see if we can tell you all the things you need to know about Jersey Boys in just the elevator ride. Okay, go.
Okay, the show started in 2005 on Broadway, ran for 12 years.
Till 2017.
2017.
In 2005, it won 4 Tonys, including Best Musical.
And the guy sings really, really high.
Super high.
Going up.
Okay, so we failed. All right, so we didn't make it in the elevator at all. We failed miserably. But this show has been all over the world. There's been productions, multiple productions here in the United States. Chicago, New York, Vegas, multiple tours.
Yeah. And now it's found its way back to New York. It's actually off Broadway right now.
Yeah, pretty cool. It's also been all over the world. This show tells the story of Frankie Valli in the 4 seasons. It tells the story behind the story and kind of shows what it's like, what happened, what didn't happen, and it shows the perspective from each of the members of the group as well.
I love how even finding how songs came about too. That's the one thing I really love about this show and other shows. I love when I go to the theater or go to a movie and it makes me want to go online and learn everything I can, and this show did that for me.
Right, a lot of people give jukebox musicals a hard time, but I love this one. I binged on the story. There's a lot there to learn. There's a lot of interesting facts behind the story in the group as well, so pretty cool. We're gonna grab some food and then we're gonna head in and see the show. All right, we just finished up grabbing some food and we're gonna head and see the show. We're gonna check out the Eccles Stand and Repeat, little backdrop they have for each of the shows you can get your picture taken on. Pretty cool, we're gonna go check it out. As you can see, it's a lot of fun. Come get your picture taken with each individual show. Pretty awesome, we're gonna head in now. Hey guys, we just got back from seeing Jersey Boys at the Eccles Theater in downtown Salt Lake City.
Oh, what a night. I'm a nerd.
And that's how it was. We left the theater, we were singing the songs and really enjoying the music, so can't be mad about that.
Yeah. So my first good was, you know how there's 2 sides to every story? That you always hear that saying? The thing I like about this show is that there are 4 sides to every story. I love how they show each band member's perspective and how like their little piece fits into the puzzle, and of course they're all musicians, they all think everything revolves around them, of course, but I love that part of the storytelling.
So a lot of people give shows like this a hard time, but I really like this one. This was a story that I didn't know at all. This was a story that I've kind of always grown up hearing the music, and I mean, if you've lived on the planet, you've heard this music in one way or the other. And I didn't even know that it was Frankie Valli in the 4 seasons in a lot of the songs.
You know, I really enjoyed Frankie Valli. His acting was solid, and he's from Utah actually, so it was kind of fun to have him in a hometown crowd there. They were cheered as soon as he came out. And I still, honestly, I can't comprehend how someone could sing that high. I can't sing that high.
It's way up there. It's way up there. I think my second good, shocking here, was the set, or the lack of a set. This one is really basic when it comes to the set. That being said, they do a really good job at transporting you to exactly where they want you to be. There's a screen on the set that gives some kind of tone and some kind of, you know, situational based like signage or things like that. But for the most part, you're really imagining what's happening. And to imagine properly, you have to have really good storytelling. And I think there's great storytelling in this show.
All right, so my opportunity was, I felt like the sound was a little lacking, and I don't know if that was a cause of the mixing and the guy in the back with the soundboard, or honestly, there were several times that I wish the actors would have just sung out and punched it out a lot more. Like there's a few notes that I was like just waiting for it, and it just wouldn't be there. And I don't know if they were just holding back or what, but it just wasn't quite there for me.
Sure. I think my opportunity for this one is, I think there's a lot of people who have kind of decided what this show is and what it isn't. It's been around for a while. It's traveled all over the world. This is on its third or fourth maybe national tour. And I think a lot of people have kind of decided what it is and what it isn't. And for that, my opportunity would be to get out and see it and to give it a chance. It's one of those things that if you were to read an article about this story, you'd be like, whoa, that never happens anymore. Things like that just don't happen anymore. People don't stand up for each other or stick up for each other or take care of each other like that anymore. And it's funny because they have their problems and they have their opportunities. So it's not to say that it's all like, you know, roses and everything's great. And I really like that they dive into that and they show the good and the bad. And I think it helps relate more to what our everyday stories are and what our lives are.
Yep, you know, one thing we talked about as we were leaving, it was really fun to see the diversity of the crowd that was at
Yeah.
the show tonight. It wasn't the typical season ticket holders that we see every time.
Yeah.
It was a nice mix, and you could tell it was a lot of people who grew up loving this music,
Yep.
and then people like us who grew up listening to the music as well, even though it was
Sure.
way before our time.
I think in a lot of jukebox musicals, I think they try and weave the songs into the story, and I don't know if that fits as well in a lot of ways. For me, sometimes it's a little bit like, okay, we wrote a whole scene around this song just to make it work, right? What I liked about this one is that they tell the story of the show and what happens without forcing the songs in. The songs are played and shown and sung out, but they're sung out as if the band was performing at that show as they travel from city to city to city. So I liked that they didn't try and shove them in there and make them mean something that maybe they didn't, or that kind of thing. I just want to shout out really quickly, these awesome shirts. A follower and really good friend of ours, Jim and Angela Hurst, they actually made these shirts for us. I think like if it's printed on somebody's shirt, or woo, it makes it like 10 times more like real or something like that. Oh gosh, that's a lot of pressure.
We better start editing this vlog.
I'm gonna have to edit faster or something, do better. So I just wanted to quickly shout out to Jim and Angela and thank you for sending us the shirts.
Thank you.
So as always, drop us a like if you like this video. Definitely check out some of our other videos, and get up, get out of the house, go see some theater.